Hey everyone. Hey, on this episode of Tile TV, we're doing a commercial shower. So I just want to talk about doing compartmentalized showers. Let me flip this so we got going here. So I've got 3 showers in a row across here. Over here, I've got my handicap or ADA shower is actually this one. And then there's an additional shower there. So then the question is, how do we divide this up to make sure each compartment stays where it goes? You see the grooves, the lines I've got cut into my mud. That's it. If I follow that line straight across, come up, it's right where the partition has been laid out. So these are the compartments that each shower stall is. That's where we need to make sure we concentrate getting our water pitching to the drains all the way around. We don't want to have, just because of where the drain is, just because of where the shower valve is, that doesn't matter. What matters is where's the partition going to be located, because that is this shower's compartment. So this compartment has to drain within itself. We don't want any of the water from this person taking the shower going over to this person or vice versa. So we make sure that each compartment drains within its area. So let's just talk a little bit more about this. I've gone through, set my perimeter at the height I need, which is a level perimeter. I've shot it in with my laser, so my perimeter elevation is 7 inches from the laser down, and that's my spot I've set. So there's my 7 inches right there. I've gone through and preset my drain. Let me get out of the way of the laser. That's 7.5. So the math for that is, to this line here, I'm a little over a foot to the drain. So that gives me a 1/2 inch per foot, which I'm allowed. I'm allowed to be that steep. Why do I need it to be that steep there? Because when I come back to this corner back here, from that corner all the way to the drain, I'm about 3.5 feet. So that's going to be just about a 1/4 inch per foot, just a little bit over a 1/4 inch per foot. And we need that amount of fall. So typically a non-ADA shower is between a 1/4 inch per foot. They want it no less than a 1/4 per foot. And they want it no more than a 1/2 inch per foot. So we've got to balance that. So if your drain, for some reason, sometimes they'll take these drains and put them way up here. That makes it extremely difficult to make this, to make those elevations work and those pitches work without adjusting your perimeter screen. So like this one works well. So that's just something you're going to want to check before you install. I've beat this in, compacted this mud. And so then I just like something like a small stick like this. Sorry, wood trim guide. Actually, this piece was left out in the garbage. So just a small piece of trim like this. And then we just simply cut from the drain. And then we keep cutting until we cut right to that line. Once we have that, we'll come back, use a wood float to smooth it out. So from the drain here all the way up to there, that is one even straight plane. So we're going to follow that all the way up and around and work my way back out. We'll do the same there and the same over here. That way each compartment drains into its own drain, into its own area. Hey everyone, just a little follow-up on the video. This will show you what my floor looks like after finished up. So I've divoted around the drain so I can put my waterproofing down underneath the clamping ring, bolt that back in, and I'll have a waterproof shower here, each compartment. So then what do we look for? We come back. So this is what we're really looking for. When we put our edge down, pointing to the drain, how are we for underneath it? Right? Nice and flat, nice and tight. What happens is a lot of time on this end, you'll see it comes up, flattens out down to that cut line. So that's what we don't want. We want to make sure we're all the way dead flat, all the way from point to point, falling from where our shower compartment is going to be, pointing towards the drain. So that's what we're looking for. Nice, straight, nice, tight screeds all the way around. Make sure everything flows to the drain like it's supposed to. So once this is all done and we give it a cure time, I think the membrane I'm using calls for a 3-day cure time to get the moisture out of this mud, so we can put a liquid membrane down on the top. So we will give it its cure time, come back, and then we'll put a liquid membrane on top of this. After pulling out those clamping rings, we'll seal that up nice and then put everything back together, float in a little mud after putting in some weep protection around the weep holes there. and we'll have a nice, well-working commercial shower that will hold up for years because we've done it the right way. So just some few points for making sure you do your things, your shower installation is the correct way. Thanks, everyone.